Hi everyone and welcome back. So today we're going to take a look at Unit 2.11. We're going to be solving two-step equations, and this can be found on page 330 in your textbook. Go ahead and put today's date up at the top, please. And let's take a look. So we're going to solve two-step equations. And we're going to solve real-world problems involving two-step equations. Okay. So we're going to solve two-step equations and solve real-world problems involving two-step equations. All right, so our rule is to add or subtract first and then multiply or divide. Add or subtract first and then multiply or divide. Okay, so really what we're doing here is we're doing PEMDAS backwards. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. So we're going to solve 3a plus 9 equals 33, and then we are going to check the solutions on this one. All right, so it says that we need to add or subtract first. So first we need to remember that we need the variable by itself. In this case, that would be the a. Well, we need to add or subtract first. So what you do is you look for the term that is being added or subtracted. So in this case, we're adding 9, right? Well, we need to do the opposite, remember, so we're going to actually subtract 9 first. Okay, now I still have a 3a left. Usually whenever we move something, everything cancels and we're ready to go, but this time we're not yet. Okay, so we're going to cancel that. Now I have 33 minus 9. 33 minus 9 is going to give us 24. Then we're going to divide, okay, because that's the next part. It says add or subtract first and then multiply or divide. This says 3 times a. So to undo times, we need to divide. And then the answer is 8. So let's go ahead and circle that. All right, now let's check this. So we have 3 times 8 plus 9 equals 33. 3 times 8 would be 24, plus 9 equals 33. Yes, that's true. Okay, so again, add or subtract first and then multiply or divide. This is why I've been telling you, you need to make sure you're learning the steps, because some of these, you're not going to be able to just look at it and say, oh, the answer is this. Okay? Yeah, there might be one or two here or there, but it's going to be a little bit more complicated, and you don't want to sit here and guess constantly. All right? You need to solve it. All right? So again, add or subtract first, and then multiply or divide. All right, let's go ahead and try the guided questions by ourselves. And let's take a look. So we have solve each equation again, check the solutions. So we have 6x plus 1 equals 25. It's plus 1, so we need to minus 1. It's going to give us 6x. This is canceled. And then I'm left with 25 minus 1 to make 24. It's 6 times x, so to undo times, I need to divide. And that's going to give me x equals, and then 24 divided by 6 gives us 4, so x equals 4. Okay, so plug that back in. 6 times 4 plus 1 equals 25. Yes, that's true. All right, number 1, B. So we have 4x minus 5 equals negative 33. So again, you add or subtract first. What's being added or subtracted? The minus 5. So we need to add 5 on both sides. Okay, so we get 4x equals negative 33 plus 5. So that's different sign subtract. So that's going to give us negative 28. Divided by 4. And that's going to give us negative 7. Let's plug it in just to make sure. 4 times negative 7 would be negative 28, and then I subtract 5 more. Do I get 33? Yes, I do. All right, we need to keep going. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one's a little bit different. So it says solve 1/5 p minus 12 equals 20. Solve 1/5 p minus 12 equals 20. So let's take a look at that. So first we have to figure out what's being added or subtracted. In this case, we're subtracting 12. So I actually need to add 12. So before I do anything, I'm going to rewrite the whole question over here, just to be a little bit easier to see it out this way. Plus it gets a little bit difficult right underneath. Okay, so we're going to add 12. Okay, that's going to give me 1/5 times p. Those have canceled, and then I'm left with 20 plus 12. That gives us 32. All right, and then this time we have 1/5 p. So this goes back to the previous lesson. So what do we do whenever we have a fraction in front of our variable? Okay, so we have a rational coefficient. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by 5 over 1. Multiply by 5 over 1. So I get p equals, because those have canceled. And I get 32 times 5, which is going to give us 160. Okay, so if I plug that, oh, it doesn't say check it this time. Well, if you want to check it, you can check it. All right, on the got it question, go ahead and try those by yourself. And let's take a look. So we have 1/3. Actually, I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. I don't like it whenever it's written backwards like this. Okay, so let me rewrite the whole thing. So let's do 1/3 n plus 15 equals 8. Okay, now how did I redo that? Okay, the 1/3 is positive, right? There's a plus in front, so that's right there. Okay, 15 is also positive, so that goes with the plus side, and then 8 is already positive too. All right, now let's move stuff around. So it's going to be negative 15. All right, well, minus, whoops. And minus 15. Let's give us 1/3 n equals, and then 8 minus 15, that's going to give us a negative 7. Okay, we got to multiply by 3 over 1. And that's going to give us negative 21. All right, so if you need to pause it and look over that one more time, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, if you got stuck on that one, go ahead and pause and try to be on your own if you didn't already. Wasn't paying attention there whenever I told you to try the first one by yourself because it's written backwards. Okay, this one you should be able to handle. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So it's negative 1/6 x minus 3 equals 2. So we're going to add 3 on both sides. It's going to be negative 1/6 x. Those have canceled out now, so I'm left with 2 plus 3, which is 5. I got to multiply by the reciprocal, so it's going to be multiplied by a negative 6 over 1. Negative 6 over 1. I get x equals, because all that's canceled over there, and that gives me negative 30. Let's go ahead and circle these since we got a lot going on. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so this one actually looks pretty easy, but it's actually not quite as easy as it looks. So if you notice right away, I always say that the format is wrong on these. Okay, what I like is I want the variable, whatever I'm adding and subtracting, equal to whatever the number is in the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. Now the minus goes with the t, so whenever I bring it around, it becomes negative t now. 9 is positive, so that means that for an operation it's going to be adding, and then negative 34. Okay? Now I'm ready to go. So what's being added or subtracted? The positive 9 and the plus 9, so we're going to minus 9. And that gives me negative t equals, might give your t an extra little bit of a hook there so it doesn't look like a plus sign. Like I do, and then we have negative 34 and negative 9 or minus 9, and that's going to give us negative 43. All right, now, here's where people get kind of confused. Well, we still have a negative in front of the variable, all right? Your variable always has to be positive, all right? There can't be anything in front of it. So think about, what does negative t really mean? Negative t actually means negative 1t, right? Okay, so what we actually need to do here then is we need to divide by negative 1. When I do that, that's going to make it positive, and it just changes the signs. Okay. Eventually, what will happen when you get into pre-algebra and algebra 1, you'll just know as soon as you see a negative letter, just change all the signs. Okay, because that's really what you're doing. You just change all the signs out. All right, let's try the got it questions. Notice that they're written in the wrong format. Okay, so make sure you reformat them so that you don't get lost. All right, let's take a look. So it's negative 15 minus b equals 44. So when I rewrite this, it should actually say negative b minus 15 equals 44. All right, then I would add 15. It gives me negative b equals, and then that'll give me 59. You divide by negative 1. So it's b equals negative 59. Oh, let me make that 9 better. There we go. Okay, for 3b, we need to do the same thing. We need to reformat it, so it should be negative n minus 4.3 equals negative 6.5. Okay, so we're going to add 4.3. It gives me negative n equals, okay, different signs subtract, so it's actually going to be 2.2, and it's going to be negative. I need to divide by negative 1, and n equals 2.2. All right, let's take a look at the next example. So example 4 says 2x plus x minus 27 equals 3. Okay, so for this one, what we actually have to do is we need to combine like terms. And like terms mean they either have the same letter in common or they have the same number, which we do that all the time anyway, right? Like we move the 15 to the 14 up above. We move the 4.3 to the 6.5. We combine like terms all the time. Okay, it's just we haven't had to combine x's yet, or variables. So we have a 2x plus a 3x. So what is 2x plus 3x? Or 2x plus x, I just gave away. That'd be 3x minus 27 equals 3. Okay, so once you combine your like terms, then you pick up right where we've left off. All right, so we'll add 27 on both sides. That'll give me 3x equals 30. Okay, I need to divide by 3. And then x equals 10. Equals there, a little bit better. Okay, x equals 10. All right, go ahead and try the got it questions by yourself. And let's take a look. All right, so the first thing I need to do is combine like terms. So I have negative 9 plus 3, so that's going to give me negative 6c plus 4 equals 58. All right, we need to minus 4. Then I have negative 6c equals, and then 58 minus 4, so that's going to give us, should be 54. We're going to divide it by negative 6. And then 54 divided by negative 6 is going to give us negative 9. All right, 4b, we have a 0.4m and a 0.2m, so that would be 0.6m minus 2, and that equals 3.4. Okay, we're going to add 2. That's going to give me 0.6m. Those have canceled, equals, and then it's plus, so we're going to do 5.4. And divide it by 0.6. And that's 9 as well. All right, let's take a look at example 5. Last one. Dion wants to go on a camping trip with his hiking club. The trip costs $185.75. He paid a deposit of $45.75 and will save an additional $17.50 per week to pay for the trip. Solve 45.75 plus 17.50W equals 185.75 to find the number of weeks Dion will need to save money for the trip. Okay, so go ahead and pretend this is a guided question, and let's try this one by ourselves first. Okay, let's take a look. So we've got, we need to rewrite the whole thing here, so it should be 1750W plus 4575, whoops, 4575, I'll get straight here in a minute, there we go, 4575 equals 185.75. Lots of 7s and 5s in this one. All right, so we need to subtract it off. Okay, we got 17.50 W. Those have all canceled. And then I'm left with over here, that's all going to cancel, so I'm left with 140. I guess since it's dollars, we'll go ahead and add the zeros in. Then we're going to take off by dividing 1750. Which give me W over here. 1750. Okay, so let's work that out. So we got 140 divided by 1750. So we gotta back up 2 spots, back up 2 spots. Oh, let's see here. It's not going to go in at all, so I'm just going to try some numbers. We need to end in a 0, so let's try 8. Let's see. Oh, we got it, yep. Okay, so 1400, so we should have 8. That would be 8 weeks. Oh, I meant to cross it off, sorry. Should have dropped off the 0 on there. So actually, let me change my work over here. My thought process was right, I just wrote it wrong. So we should have did 140 divided by 17.5 is what we should have did. Back up 1, there we go, like that. And that should be 8, sorry. I was thinking it, I just didn't write it right. All right, that is the end of this lesson. Okay, so hopefully you can see why it's important to show all your steps and take your time with all this, because it does get a little overwhelming at times. So thanks so much for watching. Give me a like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.